What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. This week is a bit of a lighter week, but still a massive week for releases because Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out on the PlayStation 4. Then we have Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories coming out on the PS4, the Switch, and the PC, and some honorable mentions as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. To kick things off, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out on the PlayStation 4. Now, it's worth mentioning this is a timed PS4 exclusive, meaning that within about a year's time, it's likely going to be coming to Xbox One on top of that PC, and I wouldn't even be shocked to see it on the Nintendo Switch. However, will it come to next generation consoles as well? That's yet to be seen, but it should be interesting to follow that story going forward. However, what is the game? A spectacular reimagining of one of the most visionary games ever, Final Fantasy VII Remake rebuilds the legendary RPG for today. The first entry in a multi-part saga, delivering a level of depth inconceivable for the original. Mind-blowing story, unforgettable characters, epic battles, and technical excellence collide. The world has fallen under the control of the Shinra Electric Power Company, a shadowy corporation controlling the planet's very life force as Mako Energy. In the sprawling city of Midgar, an anti-Shinra organization calling themselves Avalanche have stepped up their resistance. Cloud Strife, a former member of Shinra's elite soldier unit, now turned mercenary, lends his aid to the group, unaware of the epic consequences that await him. So for those that don't know about Final Fantasy VII, it's essentially regarded as one of the best RPGs of all time. It was a defining title on the PlayStation 1, and for a good reason, because back then, whenever the game came out, it really was revolutionary. It was introducing so many mechanics and there were so many layers to the title that it really wasn't like anything we had seen before. Now fast forward to 2020, we have the remake coming out. This is not to be confused with a remaster or a re-release. This is a game that has been rebuilt from the ground up, and the level of depth is unlike anything I have ever seen before. Normally within a game, if you see a wall in Doom, that's simply a texture that's likely used throughout the entire game. Each individual texture, every box, every element within Final Fantasy VII Remake has been hand designed. It's something that's going to be breaking a lot of ground in terms of detail when it comes to games. But I'm incredibly excited to see how fans enjoy this new remake. It, of course, unfortunately broke its street date and many people have already gotten their hands on it right now. But man, it's a huge release for 2020, and if you want to pick it up, it's coming out on the PlayStation 4 this week. Next up, we have Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories coming out on the PC, the PS4, and the Nintendo Switch. Thrust into a tragedy that touches countless lives, you must now make the decisions that will determine who lives and who dies in the chaos stemming from a natural disaster. What will you do in the aftermath of calamity? When a massive earthquake strikes the city you're visiting, you find yourself at the epicenter of a chaotic and catastrophic crisis. It's up to you to rise above the calamity, gather your thoughts and your fellow survivors, and outlast the disaster. Aftershocks, fires, collapsing buildings, and unstable ground are but a few of the threats you'll face in these nightmarish circumstances. What will you do when every passing second and every snap decision could spell the difference between life and death? I don't know about you, but I can't think of a game I would rather play during an international health crisis while I'm quarantined in my home than something focusing on natural disasters. I mean, they pair so well with pandemics. But in all seriousness, this game doesn't look fantastic, but I've done some digging and it seems like there are some people out there that are really fond of this series. It seems like it's got a bit of a cult following, if you will. I believe this game also launched on the PlayStation 3, but don't quote me on that. However, it looks like an interesting title that I wanted to let you guys know about, and if you want to run from an earthquake and save people this week, then by all means you can dive in on the PS4, the Switch, and the PC. And to round out today's show, we have some honorable mentions. First off, Fallout 76 is coming to Steam after standing as an exclusive on the Bethesda launcher since launching on PC a couple of years back. And on top of that, Galaxy of Pen and Paper is coming out on the Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch. But that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this one, drop me a like down below and let me know what you think about the show and if you're going to be picking up anything new this week, or just let me know what you're playing. I would love to hear what you've got going on. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.